Hello and welcome back to another Barandar Streams. Today we continue our MMO Revisited series where we take a look at some of the older MMOs and how they play today. In this stream, we will be taking a look at the one MMO to rule them all, the Lord of the Rings Online. The Lord of the Rings Online, or LOTRO, was published all the way back in April of 2007 by Midway Games and developed by Turbine. It has since changed hands a few times, being bought by Warner Brothers and most recently by Daybreak Games, and Standing Stone Games has taken over as developer. The game has received constant updates and content releases since 2007 and has amassed one of the largest worlds to explore in an MMO. In 2010, the game adopted a free-to-play model with some microtransactions to support the massive amount of content available. There still is a subscription model available called VIP, costing $15 a month with options and lower pricing if you buy in bulk months or even lifetime subscriptions. A VIP subscription will give you access to all story arcs in all areas, as otherwise you are forced to purchase arcs as you go along. Other purchases available are mostly cosmetic, boosts, mounts, storage space, or crafting components. There are also a couple of races, including the new Bjorning, High Elf, and Stout Axe Dwarves, that will still need to be purchased regardless of VIP subscription. There is enough content, however, to play for a very long time without spending any cash, but as you get up in levels, you'll notice more areas that you can't access. If you're looking to spend any time in this game, I do recommend getting a VIP for a month or a 3-month pack for $30, and you'll be better off in the long run. To start, you create a character from scratch. You can choose from any race you have unlocked. Human, dwarf, hobbit, elf, all are playable for free. The others, as I mentioned, will cost you. You then pick from the available faces and looks to make your character. Not that many options, but this game is more about your deeds rather than your face. Classes are limited only by race, as some cannot be certain classes, but all classes are available to some race. You just need to look through and see which ones are. There are 10 classes to choose from, and each class eventually has different play paths that they can follow, making each character different. Each class has its own power sets and abilities you unlock as you go up. There are both active and passive skills to earn as you go along. The game has everything from titles to fishing, reputation, pets, mounts, and even a lineage system. There is simply a ton of content to explore in this game, and with a level cap of 130, you'd expect it. There is also a full crafting system to involve yourself in, collecting resources and making anything from armor and weapons to growing food and pipeweed. You can use or sell anything you create, and each item will be tagged with your character's name as its creator. The game is open world, as you can basically go anywhere. But each area is geared to a certain level, and if you walk into an area you're too high level for, the enemies will tear you up quick. But this is a game to be explored. The sheer magnificence of this game is not to be undersold. This is a game where you cannot walk everywhere. You will need a horse, you will be given one, and you will be using quick travel a ton. The game also has plenty of quick return abilities available to you as well, and you will need them. Every iconic area from the books and films is there to go see. From the Prancing Pony to Bag End to the White City, you can just travel for hours in this game. The story moves you along through the maps as you level up and head closer and closer to Mordor and more in danger. You can take things solo or with friends, and the community of active players is usually around 500 or more at any given time. As you go along, you will notice how landscapes change. Some areas are dark, some areas are just beautiful. Let's take a look at some of these areas. The Halls of Thorin is the home of the dwarves and is as huge as you'd expect. From its massive cavern halls to its lower caves to its underground waterfalls and its massive forging ovens, it's an experience of its own. Bree is one of the town of the humans. Lots of walls, streets, buildings, surrounding areas, mostly farmlands, but there are plenty of forts and castles out there too in the human world. The elven areas are even more astounding, as we see here in Rivendell and the last homely house of Elrond. The elven architecture and beauty of its landscapes are amazing to explore. You can see the difference in the way the races live just by looking around. And lastly, we visit the Hobbits, because what is Lord of the Rings without hobbits? Hobbiton is really fun to visit. From the Brandywine Bridge to the small, round, hole houses, it's just beautiful and simple as hobbits like. Plenty of rolling hills, farms, and friendly hobbits are around to see. The game also has seasonal events, and the hobbits always host under the party tree near Bag End. Looks like we're just in time for the fireworks. No trip to Hobbiton would be complete, of course, without visiting Bag End, the home of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins. Let's take a look. But hang on a minute. Is there actually any combat in this game? Oh, yes, there is. Everything from quests to instances to raids, solo adventures are waiting. Combat is standard MMO. You attack with the basic attack and spam in your specials as you go. Most specials or a block parry will trigger a bigger attack and so on, allowing you to chain damage together to defeat the many foes that you will face. From spiders, orcs and wargs, to trolls and creatures of legend, it's all here to face and earn glory for your name. There are a ton of weapons and legendary weapons in the game to fight those foes, each doing different types of damage. You have an extensive character sheet with a ton of equipment slots and cosmetic slots for a different look regardless of what you're actually wearing on your character and equipment. New slots can be unlocked or purchased in the game store. It sounds like you could actually live in this game. Well, actually you can. Player housing is available for each race in the game, and you could buy a house anywhere you like regardless of your starting racial choice. Each housing community has several neighborhoods to visit, and house prices vary by size and slightly by location. You can see the posting for each house available to buy just outside and can even go in to take a look at the inside before you purchase your house. Once you buy a house, you have access to a personal chest to use, plus you can decorate the items you collect or buy as you go along. You can decorate both inside and outside as you like, including changing wall and floor paint and personal ambiance music. Decorations are controlled by turning on a button, which allows you to see the hooks things can be placed on. Once opened, you can put an item on a hook and move it or rotate it wherever you like and save it. You can also change permissions to allow your friends to visit your house, or you can buy a guild house for everyone to live in. Overall, the game might feel a bit dated compared to some of the newer MMOs or a game like World of Warcraft Online, but it still has the content to back it up. This is a game with more to do than you can possibly can in a short period of time. It also has the lore and movies to back it up. If you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, this is still the MMO to play. It's immersive, expansive, and fun to play, whether you're fighting, fishing, or just riding around exploring. Just what an MMO should be, even after all these years. This is Barandar, and I thank you for watching. Until next time.